that they want to say, let them tell the people of Kenya through our NDC there.
A leadership question is now at the heart of ODM politics, and party leader Oburu Odinga has thrown the challenge back to his critics, the battleground being the National Delegates Conference. ODM party leader Oburu Odinga has invited those questioning his legitimacy to attend the party's National Delegates Conference scheduled for March 27, 2026, saying the forum will settle the matter through a democratic process. Speaking amid growing internal criticism, Oburu stated that Orange Democratic Movement has officially convened the meeting and the delegates will determine the party's leadership in line with its constitution. The National Delegates Conference, the party's highest decision-making organ, is mandated to ratify major resolutions, including leadership positions. The announcement comes as divisions deepen within ODM following Oburu's installation shortly after the passing of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. Watch this clip.
We are going to have our NDC. These people have been saying that Oburu is illegitimate because he was not confirmed by NDC. We have called NDC on 27th of this month.
The debate over leadership within the Orange Democratic Movement is now entering a decisive phase where Oburu Odinga has taken a firm position. He says the upcoming National Delegates Conference, known as the NDC, will provide a lawful and transparent platform to confirm leadership and address any claims of illegitimacy. The NDC is not an ordinary meeting. It is the highest decision-making organ of ODM. It brings together party officials, elected leaders, and delegates from all across the country. It has the authority to ratify key resolutions, including the confirmation of party leadership. By inviting critics to present their case at the NDC, Oburu is signaling confidence in the party's internal structures. He maintains that the conference has been properly convened and that those with concerns should raise them before delegates rather than through the public attacks. The call comes at a sensitive time for the party. ODM is still adjusting after the death of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, a former and a founding figure whose influence shaped the party for years. His passing left both the emotional and political vacuum. The speed at which the leadership transitions occurred has raised questions among some members. One of the most vocal critics has been Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Wino. He has questioned the process that led to Oburu's installation as party leader. According to him, the move was rushed and lacked transparency. He argues that proper party procedures must be followed, especially in moments of transition. Babu had emphasized that the NDC must be called in line with the party constitution. He insisted that the Secretary General Edwin Sifuna must formally convene the meeting for it to be valid. He has also called for an audit of the delegates and a clearly defined agenda before members can participate. For Babu and like-minded leaders, adherence to procedure is central in maintaining public trust. They argue that ODM, as party rooted in democratic struggle, must demonstrate internal democracy. They warn that failure to follow established rules could weaken the party's credibility ahead of the general elections that is near. Oburu, on his part, has framed the March 27th conference as the answer to these concerns. He maintains that those questioning his leadership will have the opportunity to address delegates directly. He has expressed readiness to submit his position to the decision of the conference. The stakes are high. ODM is preparing for the forthcoming general elections. Unity, stability, and clarity of leadership are critical at this stage. Internal wrangles could affect the candidate selection, coalition negotiations, and voter confidence. The March 27th NDC is therefore more than a procedural meeting. It is a test of party cohesion. It also a moment that will shape ODM's direction in the coming months. Within the party, opinion remained divided, some leaders have rallied behind Oburu, arguing that continuity is necessary after Raila Odinga's passing. They say stability will allow the party to focus on national issues and electoral preparation. Others believe the transition required broader consultation and slower, more transparent process. They argue that leadership should not appear predetermined, especially in a party that had no longer presented itself as a defender of democratic values. For ordinary members, the dispute raises concerns about unity. Grassroots supporters look to party leaders for direction. Uncertainty at the top can filter down to branch offices and local structures. Delegates expected at the NDC will come from across the country. They represent diverse regions, interests, and party constituencies. Their participation will determine whether the conference resolves the tensions or deepens them. Political observers note that how the NDC will conducted will be closely watched. The transparency of delegate selection, clarity of the agenda, and adherence to the party roles will influence perceptions of legitimacy. The role of the Secretary General Edwin Sifuna has also been placed at the center of the discussion, as the party's administrative head. His involvement in convening the conference is viewed by critics as essential in procedural compliance. Meanwhile, Oburu's supporters argue that the party has already taken formal steps to convene the meeting. They say the focus should now be on the constructive participation rather than the public disputes. The debate reflects a broader challenge faced by political parties during leadership transitions. Moments of change often test internal structures and commitment to democratic practice. And in ODM's case, the emotional weight of losing founding member and leader adds to the complexity. Raila Odinga's legacy remains significant within the party, and this influence shaped its identity, direction, and national standing. Any leadership shift naturally draws attention and scrutiny, and the March 27th conference offers an opportunity to reaffirm the party's commitment to democratic principles. And if conducted transparently, then it could strengthen the unity. If contested or perceived as flawed, it could widen divisions, and the implication extend beyond party headquarters. ODM plays a major role in national politics, and its stability affects coalition dynamics, parliamentary strategy, and electoral competition. And for Kenyans watching from outside the party, the issue touches on trust in political institutions. Internal democracy within parties often mirrors broader democratic health. A smooth and lawful resolution could reinforce confidence. A disputed outcome could raise further questions as the date approaches. Preparations are underway. Delegates are being mobilized, party officials are coordinating logistics, and leaders continue to express their positions in public forums. The focus remains on March 27th, and is the day when delegates will gather, deliberate, and also make decisions that shape the party's path. For Oburu Odinga, the conference is a chance to secure a clear mandate. For his critics, it's an opportunity to test legitimacy of the process. And for ODM as a whole is a defining moment, and the outcome will determine whether the party moves forward united or faces prolonged internal contest. At a time when Kenya's political landscape is evolving, the ability of parties to manage transition with transparency and respect for rules remain critical. The National Delegates Conference now stands as the forum where those principles will be measured. And on March 27th, under the watch of delegates and the nation, ODM will decide not only its leader, but the strength of its own democratic foundation.